know you're upset.
Don't touch me.
Listen, baby, you know, it's like, you know, we've
Baby
been,
me.
what Marty hasn't told you is that he's worked with me over the last several years, and we've been able to eliminate that behavior and substitute it with something else, but it doesn't really get rid of the underlying problem. So no, just calm down. Just stay with me. I love you. You know, it's me.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
Say you love me.
Because we're together. So
How could you
I don't
say
even know
that?
where I end and you start.
Take
Come
your
on.
glasses off and say that.
I do.
I know how much
Yes,
you love
you
me,
do
then
know
why
it.
are we even here? Why aren't we home
Why?
making
No,
love?
wait a minute.
Why?
Now wait a minute. 27 years together, right?
Right.
Okay. And how many years have we done this here? And why have you hung out all these years? Regardless of what I do and what you do. I don't know what you do. Maybe you're involved with somebody else. I have no idea.
Is that what you think?
Sometimes.
You think that I've been with someone else? Is that why
Yeah,
you've been with
it's-
someone else?
I haven't really been with anybody else.
Wait. You haven't really been with anyone.
No. What I do is.
So who's lying here? You?
No, part of therapeutic treatment for him was to work on trying to salvage his marriage by discontinuing this behavior with older women in old age homes,
Okay, let me stop
and
you
to
there.
find substitute methods for that
When
would not
was
be a
it dis-
betrayal of a
When was it
relationship.
discontinued? When was the last physical body that you came on?
8.5 years ago.
So why are you putting it in my face today?
Because we want to get the truth out so you know each other. There's no more hidden agendas in the marriage. And you can begin relating on a different level. And hopefully overcome
So
some
what's
of
the
this.
substitute?
Well, Dr. Obler came up with a solution.
It couldn't have been me, right? I
It's not
couldn't
a
have been the
person,
solution, right?
No.
No, that's the furthest thing. To have sex with your wife is the most furthest thing from anybody's mind.
Usually.
So what's the solution?
It's not a solution, it's a displacement, but it works.
Works for who? Me?
It works for the collusion of why when people are together, they find ways to deal with their reality situation so they don't jeopardize the security they have in a relationship.
What kind of security if you can't trust the person?
Most
What are
relationships
you talking? What security?
security is
Financial?
economic,
I don't need his
financial,
money.
kids.
I don't need your fucking money. Fuck you. I have my own money. I'm a professional person.
And you've done very well.
And you're trying to
Don't put it all on him.
and gnaw it
Listen,
away till I can't
you
even
also-
function in my own practice.
Beatrice, we worked in your therapy on the fact that you kept your mouth shut for years also because it served your collusive purposes as well. So don't act like the innocent little child that it was all that. You know, if you wanted to do something about it, you could have done something about it years ago as well. And you chose not to because the marriage had a lot of benefits, as Mark is indicating. And this was just one therapeutic way that you could maintain a reasonable relationship. Sex is not all that a marriage and a relationship is about. There are more things in life. And that was the nature of the therapy, and it worked very well.
I really think I'm going to be sick. What
I
is the
appreciate that you don't throw
substitution?
up on my couch.
What is the substitution? What is the substitution?
so-
Answer me.
So Marty came
Don't
up.
touch me. Just answer me.
Marty came up with this idea. Come on.
Stop it.
Come on. This is me. You know me.
Who are you?
I've been there for you.
Mark the liar, Mark the conniver, Mark the stay in the marriage because maybe I'm making more money than you. You know, I haven't even been looking at the accounts or anything. I have to hire someone now to look at the accounts. I mean,
So
like,
you're making this about money. This is about money now, all right?
Well, what is
Right.
that's what our
I said
therapist is
just
saying.
one level of relationship that's important. The financial arrangement people have with each other, the security they get from it, that's all.
Yeah,
Whether
I don't
they
think
want
either
to-
one of us are the kinds of people that would stay with somebody that they didn't want to be with because of any external reason. We don't have children together. You don't have a dog together. So why would we stay together unless there was a strong bond?
We don't have anything together.
Come on.
We don't have anything together.
How can we work on
We
this
have
in any way,
nothing
in any
together.
productive way? The whole idea of what's wrong with me, according to this guy, is that I can't be intimate. Well, this is why I can't be intimate. I mean, look at you. Look at your reaction. Is all about you. It has nothing to do with what's going on with me and what's causing this problem between us. No,
You're mad.
no.
All about me? The entity of marriage is an entity that is us.
What do you think we're doing here? What do you think we're trying to work on
Could
here?
you shut your mouth?
I've been listening the entire time, practically. Between you and him, I can barely get a word in here.
There is no trust here. It has been dissolved.
So when somebody reaches out to you and shares something with you that's very private, you immediately, because it doesn't conform to what your image of that person is, now there's no trust.
What about the
Because
fact
you're
that
betraying
you're
me.
not telling her that you sacrificed a great deal of your needs because you didn't
Because
want to betray her
that's a
anymore?
guilt trip. I'm not going to lay a guilt trip.
not a guilt trip.
Wait. So you perceive that if you had told me the truth, that you are sleeping with geriatric patients instead of choosing me, I'm supposed to feel responsible?
No, not at
I'm
all.
supposed to feel...
If you're my
What
partner,
am I supposed to feel? What would you like me to feel?
I would-
How would you like me to feel? Tell me, how would you like me to feel?
well, if you give me a second, I'll respond to that. I'm not going to tell you how to feel about anything. What I was hoping is that you could look beyond your own feelings and react in a way that would try to understand why I'm even sharing this with you.
Okay, I understand.
Okay,
You were
so
embarrassed. You were ashamed. You felt shame. I would have felt
No,
shame.
no, you're-
Let me
now-
put myself in
now
your
you're- well,
shoes,
now you're-
okay?
now you're-
I would feel shame.
Well,
I would feel
you're-
icky.
so
I
you're-
would feel yuck.
I don't
would
feel any of those
like-
things. I don't feel any of those things. You're judging me based on your reaction to me. Those are things you feel about me. It has nothing to do with my feelings. I feel badly about hurting you. I feel badly about your sense of your reaction to this and your feeling betrayed by me. But the reality is I've never betrayed you.
What were in our marriage vows? I'm completely, what? You just...
Well, he had to face that. That's a good
Well,
point.
but where was
No,
it?
she's making a good point. She said you made marriage vows to remain faithful to her, and you came to that grips and you worked it through in therapy, and then you made a choice where you would not be unfaithful to her. Why didn't
I
you?
don't think I've ever been unfaithful to her. Okay? I think, I have a fetish. That's what I do.
Yes.
Okay? You have a fetish. You have a closet full of shoes.
But you were willing to sacrifice even that fetish for the sake of the marriage and a couple
Well, don't
of
make
years
me a
later.
martyr, Marty.
Okay,
All right, don't make me a martyr
I
with
have
all
a
this
confession.
shit, okay?
I have a confession.
Yes.
I have a confession. Do you know when I buy a new pair of shoes, I have sex with the shoes?
Okay, so
Do you notice I don't wear high heels?
Both
Did it ever occur to you
Beatrice,
why I
can I
have
ask you a question?
10 pairs of
Hold on.
Manolo Blahniks?
because you're intimate with your shoes.
Yes,
All right, that's.
I have.
So do you feel
So-
Do you feel guilty when you do that? Do you feel like you're
There's an
betraying me?
element of shame
feel-
and there's also an element
Do you feel like
of
you're betraying
trophy.
me? Should I react like the same way you've reacted? You expect
I'm
that kind of
thinking
reaction?
this out. You know,
Okay,
I had the
okay.
closet built for my shoes
Yeah.
like a trophy.
Yeah.
It's like a trophy case.
Yeah.
So I've had orgasms with my shoes.
And
So
and
did
this-
I feel that I needed to tell you this? No, because they're still inanimate. They're not another human. It's the human factor. It's the third party that you let in.
But if
If
the
it was
third party
something-
if the third party is
if it was-
dehumanized, what difference is it?
If it was, for example, a blow-up doll, that would be a whole different story. But
really?
you know, like my shoes. But this is another person you're talking about.
Well, remember Marty told you 8 years ago he came up with a solution for this. It's
Just
interesting that you
form.
said blow up doll. It's interesting that's what you said.
What?
Well, one of the ways we dealt with the betrayal issue with the superego, which is guilt factors, is that if it's not another human being, is there real betrayal involved in it? And so I suggested, what about getting older, a blow-up doll that represents like the mother figure of his childhood, and not a human being, and blow it up, and
Are you just saying this because I
and
said
have-
it?
No, this is true. This is exactly what we did. It was quite a
Yeah, I mean, and it's actually the blow-up doll that I have, I keep it hidden in the garage. You can go home and find it. Listen, and it's got an image of Madeline Albright on it.
And not only that, but it works
You
very.
should put my Manolos on
Yes,
your-
you see,
on
this is
your
going to
doll.
open up a whole new world
I'm
for
so
us.
sorry. I'm so sorry. But like, why?
I love you, baby.
No, it's not.
Let's go home and masturbate.
Well, no, there's a little bit of a problem though. In recent years,
We don't need you anymore, Doctor.
in recent years,
We're
the blog.
cured.
No,
It's
you
not
do.
funny. It's not a joke.
It is
It's
a joke.
not.
Who says
It's
that we have to be
not.
like everybody else? You know, everybody. Most people married 20 years. You know, they're not fucking anymore.
But,
You know, or if they are, it's
but
occasional.
what's
Or
wrong with my body?
you're not old enough for me.
Oh, come on, stop.
It's true.
No, stop.
It's true. I gotta wait for another maybe 20 years before you can really turn me on.
Ugh.
Well, you're making a point. I don't think it's so.
And I'll be dead by then.
Let,
So
the rubber doll is not working effectively because I tried duct tape after years of wear and use, and
because he uses it on weekends.
What?
he used it so much during the course of
He
the years
borrows
of
it from me.
marriage
He
that
uses it
started
on the weekends.
causing holes.
Stop.
We share.
He's being facetious now.
I'm joking. Really?
It's not.
No,
There's no room.
You understand
There's
how?
no room.
Do you understand how? Do you understand how relieved I am that you can understand this now? Because your shoes were
I
the.
think you have a chance to save your
Yes,
marriage
we're going to save this marriage.
and really enter into old age and
And
harmony and unison.
But what is so bad about fucking me?
Well, can we bring the doll? Can we bring the rubber doll and shoes into bed with
What,
us?
you have to have a threesome.
Well, we
you
could
have,
try-
you
we-
can't
we
just
know-
have me.
We could try there,
It's
maybe
me,
wean
it's
ourselves.
me.
You know, Mark, there is something she's saying that could be very productive in terms of behavior therapy, which is by replicating that scenario with your mother in childhood at 7 and 8 years of age that I mentioned, and producing an attraction to her that would replicate her aging process of the mother. It may modify the need, and she would become the object of your
Wait,
attraction.
the blow-up doll has wrinkles?
Yes.
Yeah, I leave it partly inflated. And sometimes it's Madeline Albright.
And you can't use
Sometimes,
that.
Stop, I
sometimes
can't
it's
hear
gold in my ear.
Stop it.
I think we made some real progress there.
Angela Merkel, I like world
Look, at
leaders.
least the marriage has not blown up by some of the truth coming out, and there's openness, and you want to be together. I think that's a testament to what intimacy is really all
I
about.
think we should put the Manolos on the doll, dress her up, and send her off to pasture. Send her into the universe.
No, just the opposite. See, look at the way you were holding each other and hugging and warm. You know, people have to accept the
But I
reality.
can't still have these things around. I mean,
People
now
have
that
to
we know-
accept the reality of their family constellations and what they're about. I'm going to end on this note, the session, and we'll try to pick up now that you're together and some of more of the truth. And
we're not ready for ending this session.
I'm going to end by giving you another patient situation so you understand how complications exist in the way families relate to each other. And we've, I had a patient who came into therapy with me a number of years ago, and he was deeply distraught. And he basically informed me that he found out that his father and sister were having relations with each other. And I helped them understand that sometimes happens. Incest is destructive, but you have to face that reality. Then he informed me that things got really worse, that he found out his mother was having sexual relations with their dog.
So
Okay.
you
And
probably tell
no.
them about who we're having
No.
sex with.
No.
You have no right to tell
No,
me about
I-
your other patients.
I asked
You
you-
have no right.
It's not giving you names, right?
It doesn't matter. He's
What was the
probably
dog's-
talking about us
What was
to them.
What was the dog's name?
What people do, they continue doing. It's a snowball effect.
What
The
kind of
thing
dog?
that I pointed out to him
What
was
kind
that,
of dog, Marty?
well, it turned
You
out to
just
be.
think everything's funny, don't you?
It turned
Well,
out,
I
and
was
I
just a
said to
little
him,
interested in the dog.
what upsets you so much? He said, because I didn't mind the sexual relations, what he pointed out with the dog, but the dog was the same sex. It was a female like my mother. And I said, why didn't it bother you that she was having sex with a male dog? I said, she said, well, I have sex as long as it's the opposite sex. I said, you're telling me that you have sexual relations with your dog also? He said, do I look gay to you, Dr. Obler? Take it easy, Beatrice. Life is ironic. Anyway, I'm glad we made some progress. The truth is out.
There's one other thing that might help me be a little more attractive, and be more responsive. I think you could change your first name.
From Beatrice to what?
Anything.
Life is funny. Okay, thank you very much for coming.
Such an asshole.
The time is
I
up.
married an asshole.
I think
Married
I'd like.
Beatrice.
Thank you both for coming. I think we've made some progress. You have real intimacy, and now we can go forward.